name is Steve Stevens, the best sports consultant money can buy. I make more money betting sports than anybody in the world. I'm the one that tells you who to bet. I'm not a bookie, I'm the Bookie Killer.
If money talks, then I got a lot to say. I'm on the grind trying to make $100,000 a day. The game that I pick, believe me, it's a winner. What I know could get you rich, cause all I pick is winners. Welcome to Las Vegas. Money talks, money talks. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Darren Otero, a.k.a. Steve Stevens, the Bookie Killer. They call me El Scorcho around these sports books because we have literally been pounding them left and right. Sitting here with my co-host, vice president of the company, the Big Skipper. What's going on, Skip?
I'm in a lot of trouble today.
Why?
It's my 27th wedding anniversary today.
Oh, shit. Is it really?
And I'm spending it with you.
Oh, you are so nice. Well, shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Leo for 27 years. I give you a round of a fucking applause, bud. Ladies and gentlemen, put the camera on him and you can hear me talk. These are the last of the Mohicans, guys. People don't stay married 27 years ago. You know, I mean, for 27 years straight. Anything you'd like to say to the beautiful missus? Since you're here with me?
I tell her every day how wonderful it is. She's an angel. She's a saint. I'm a lucky man. We've been together 35 years, Steve.
I know.
35 years. We've been married for 27 today. Shout out, happy anniversary to Mrs. Skipper. And,
So you're supposed to be home rubbing her feet right now, laying the red carpet out for her, and you're over here doing a podcast with me.
Did you say rubbing her feet?
Yeah, taking her to the fucking foot place, whatever.
There's going to be a lot more rubbing going on there.
Than just the feet?
We're not going to be doing any foot rubs. There's going to be plenty of rubbing going on, but it ain't going to be the feet, brother.
I love your attitude.
All right, so shout out to Mrs. Skipper. I was leaving the house this morning. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, going to do the podcast, going to the office. You do know what today is, right? Of course I do, dear. You don't remember me rolling you over last night to celebrate?
Absolutely. You don't remember about 12:15, that knot on the shoulder?
You don't remember 3 o'clock in the morning?
I love it. Well, congratulations to you guys. Like
Thank
I
you.
said, it's
Thank you.
very rare to have 27 years in
Yes,
this
it
day
is.
and age. I told you on the last podcast or whatever it was, the average marriage in Vegas is 1 year. I think across the country it's like 2.5, 3.
If that, right?
Yeah, so congratulations on that, man. That's.
Thank you,
I
man.
mean, I look up to that. That's fucking something very, very special, bro.
And, just when I think I'm getting somewhere, I'll be at the bingo hall with the wife and the mom, and I'll talk to these old timers.
Yeah.
And they're celebrating like 56 years.
Oh, yeah, they got the balloon with 60 on them. Is that how old you are? No, that's how long we've been married,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I'm like, just when I think I'm getting somewhere. But no, that's a hell of a feat, and I'm proud of it, and couldn't have found a better person to spend my life with. Shout out to Mrs. Skipper. Let's get into the podcast,
We
Steve.
will, but to put an end note on that, and it's actually phenomenal for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
For kids to actually say, my mom and dad have been together as long as I've been alive.
True that.
Before my dad died, he made me promise him that I'd be with my baby's mom and do what it took, no matter what. But my mouthpiece obviously got in the way as well with that. You know what I mean? He's probably not too happy with. Sorry, Pops. You know what I mean? He's probably not too happy.
We'll get it figured out.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Anyway, guys, September 26th, 2019, podcast number 235. Skip.
Wow, I didn't think 27 years ago today I'd be doing a podcast 235 with Steve Stevens, El Scorcho in Vegas.
Vice versa.
I can honestly tell you, I didn't think that's where I was going to be 27 years from now, but hallelujah.
Yeah, sure as fuck is. You know what I mean?
Hallelujah.
Because, like I said, we could go into that story all day long. Me in Northtown, you at the trailer park, where we are today.
Wow.
I'm blessed. We're thankful. And like I said, every day's a holiday for us, Skip.
27 years ago, I was in that trailer park, Steve.
but you know what? You were probably happy.
Yeah.
Or were you? Or not?
Actually, 27 years ago, I wasn't in the trailer park. It was more like about 32 years ago.
Right.
At the point we had gotten married, we were out of the trailer, thank God.
But when you were with your wife, didn't you have just as happy times then as you do now?
Oh, fuck, maybe even happier, man.
Right, because I've seen bums walking across the street happier than me on some days.
You fuck with me, you fuck with the whole trailer park.
Period. Love your attitude, brother. Anyway, we got a great show for you today. As you know, our show airs every Thursday night. We appreciate everybody tuning in. We did a giveaway, which we already did this morning on Instagram Live.
Yep.
So we gave away the hockey puck. We're going to do another giveaway on next week's podcast, something even more special to get those people to subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, subscribe now. Tell your friends to subscribe. We should be getting way more subscribers than we have with the information that we give out. If you're just tuning into the show, it's a spinoff of our show Money Talks that we had on CNBC, which brought into my life of a guy that bets big and lives larger, showed the sales office, showed the #1 sports consultant company that money can buy, showed our personal lives, Skip, mine, etc. And we're also getting ready to do Sports Betting 101 with Steve Stevens, coming to a network near you. I'm actually going to Hollywood tomorrow to meet with William Morris Agency, on top of getting a little laser over here on the hair, Skip. You know me, I ain't scared. You know what I mean? I don't do no surgeries on the face. I don't do surgeries, period, unless when I got shot. But I am going to Bosley to get the little laser to fill in them little cul-de-sacs right there.
No shit.
Fuck it. I got the paper, might as well. You know?
That's not necessary.
Hey, listen, it's not. But you know what?
You look great.
I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? I'm tired of rolling with the little mohawk in the front here. Before you know it, it'll just be a couple hairs. I'm going to go ahead and get that hairline back and boss it up a little bit. It's new technique. All they do is a laser. It'll look like I got a light sunburn right there. It's a real fucking simple procedure.
Hey, if it makes you feel better. I mean, it looks like a putting green from here.
Well, you see me because, listen, I always got my head up, so I'm always like this.
Yeah.
Now, if I come down like this on you,
right.
You know, you see a couple cul-de-sacs where you can pull in right there and drop newspapers off. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go ahead and get that filled in with the laser.
All right.
Shout out to my lady Jennifer over there at Bosley. I'm going to need a 50% discount for that, sweetheart.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Anyway,
Speaking of advertising.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of advertising, if you're watching or listening to the podcast, you own a small business, you work at a company interested in getting involved in this booming sports business industry, which, by the way, 13 states now, about to be
Crazy.
Over 20 by the end of the year, or by March Madness, 25 states.
Most likely, yeah. What is it, 11, 12, 13 now legalized sports betting?
And New
God
York,
bless America, and many more coming.
And New York already approved, just waiting on the legislation like normal.
It's unbelievable. There's
sure
been some weird shit going on. I mean, I hear it's hard to get paid at some of these places.
Yeah.
It's taken like 2-3 fucking days to withdraw your money out of some of these places. But anyway, at least you're able to bet legally in 11 to 13 states now across the country. And as we said, a lot more coming.
But don't get it twisted. Vegas is always going to be the fucking mecca of sports betting.
They're taking heavy action on the East Coast. I mean, New Jersey has actually surpassed Nevada, I think, 2 straight months now for volume.
Because they're allowing $20,000 bets, $50,000 on NFL.
They're taking
our clients. I have 3 clients that bet 20 to 50.
They're taking serious action back there in Jersey. But anyway, there is I understand there's some slow processes with some money being dispersed on the winnings. It could take up to 72 hours to get your money in some of those books, but they'll fix that, I'm sure.
Yeah, they got no choice.
Yeah.
I put my money in, I won it right after the game.
I've heard some horror stories from some of my clients that it's taken a day or 2 to get their money. However, for the most part, they'll get it fixed.
Well, what happens if Steve Stevens and the Big Skipper just so happen to be in New Jersey?
Yeah.
We're fucked up. We're playing a couple $100 video poker machines. I wouldn't be fucked up. This is a scenario. I'm clean almost 50 days. 50 days, something like that. So, we go out there, we put in a $20,000 bet. Mm-hmm. You know, after we get done eating our little 5-star meal or whatever, we roll to cash our ticket, and they tell you you're going to need 3 days.
Some of the books are paying right away, from what I understand, and I don't know
today.
I don't know which or which. Maybe somebody should do a video about how the different books back there are paying out and different scenarios. But
or maybe I take the jet to New Jersey and do some sports book reviews.
From what I understand, it's some of the some of the apps, the phone apps.
Yeah.
It's taking a little bit longer to get paid on some of those apps. Not necessarily in the casino. I heard some of the casinos were taking a few hours actually to get paid after the game was over. But some of the phone apps, when you go to pick up your money or you put in a withdrawal, I heard it's been taken anywhere from...
It's a hassle. I've heard that from everybody.
Yeah, some of my clients are telling me they're waiting 2 days for their money,
Yeah,
which is fucked up. I didn't believe them at first.
No,
I thought they were trying to jerk me off and delay me on my commission, but
it's true.
I looked into it. It's definitely true.
Yeah.
So they'll get it fixed. They have to.
You want to advertise VIP Sports Las Vegas at advertising.com. We've got a great show for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to preview college football week 5. Skip, how many times do we have to tell these guys the season comes and goes before you...
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Did you hear what he just said? It's
college football week number 5.
Tonight, starting week 5 of the college football season?
Amazing.
Are you kidding me? You got the Navy fucking Memphis game tonight? Tomorrow there's 4 college football games, and then all day Saturday, and then week 5 is going to be over.
Correct.
ladies and gentlemen, they only play 14 regular weeks in the college season. That's it.
Did you hear him?
14 weeks. And we're at week 5. Now, the way I do math,
We're 2 weeks away from being halfway over with the season.
yeah, that's 33%, more than 33%. 38% of the season is over after this Saturday. 38% of the regular college football season. Week 5, brother. They only play 14.
I tell you what then.
Are you kidding me?
I tell you what, why don't you go ahead and run a college promotion right the fuck now so these people out there don't wait till it's too late. For all you guys out there that have been waiting, for all those guys that never dealt with us, first time you saw the show or whatever, aren't you tired of losing on your own? Aren't you tired of getting fucking lied to? Don't you think you deserve a company that has your fucking back? Don't you think you deserve a guy that actually wins for a fucking change? I mean, you believe in karma, what comes around goes around. So for every guy that called you, sent you a text message, sent you an email, promised to be the best, that ended up being a pile of shit, and you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You guys signed up with these services 4 or 5 weeks ago in preseason. You've been rolling with them ever since, and they put your dick in the fucking dirt. Well, goddamn it, I'm going to give Skip 100% authorization to do whatever the fuck he wants for a college promotion so you guys can start getting involved in my college football, which is 16 out of 20 games this fucking year. That's 16-4, and if you say you're better, then better my nuts right on your fucking back because you're a liar.
I'll keep it simple.
Go ahead, Skip.
It's week 5 of the college football season. I'm going to do it for $55. Ha! Week 5, $55. I can't do anything better for you than that.
What does that include? Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Well,
you know what?
Not Thursday, because by the time we air this, I mean...
Then throw in Sunday for free. Fuck it.
Friday and Saturday's college football, week 5. And you heard what he said. I wasn't going to do this.
Fuck it.
Sunday's NFL, week 4. So Friday and Saturday's college football, week 5. Sunday, week 4 in the NFL. 3 days of football winning, $55. If you call 877-220-6540, you got to call this Friday.
And you call right the fuck now. No. As soon as you hear this, you call now. If our business is closed, go to the website, go to the commission payment, put in $55, and go right to the internet and put your order in. Real fucking simple.
Or call the office, 877-220-6540. We'll be here all day Friday. You can call between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Pacific, West Coast time on Friday. 55 grocery dollars.
I tell you what.
You can't take your family to dinner for $55.
No, I just went to Cutter's last night and got a $105 bill for me and Sean.
Unless you're heading to Wendy's or McDonald's to the dollar menu, you can't take your dinner. You can't take your family out to dinner for $55. However, you're going to get 3 days of college football winners, $55 to celebrate week 5 of the season, $55. I don't know what else to say.
I'm going to sweeten the deal.
I don't know what else is. That's no dessert.
I'm going to give him dessert. Yeah, I am.
No dessert.
And for the first 5 callers, I'm going to give you an absolute blowout winner shirt, absolutely fucking free. And that's $40 by itself.
Unbelievable.
There you go, guys. $99 promotion. Friday, either Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 55 fucking dollars. And the first 5 fucking sales get a blowout winner shirt.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, guys, you want to get a hold of us, 877-220-6540. You're looking for a free pick, go to our website, VIPSportsLasVegas.com. We have packages for all size shapes of sports bettors.
Did we just do that?
Yeah.
$55 for the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday's football.
Correct.
And the first 5 players.
It's the first time we've ever done that.
And the first 5 players to sign up for week 5 get a free absolute blowout winner T-shirt. That's a $30 T-shirt right there.
So, guys, it's for serious sports bettors only. Don't call us if you bet $20. You know, this is for guys that bet $300 to $500 a game. The reason why we're doing it for the $55 is to get you signed up with our company, give you, 3-4 solid winners, make, at $300, $500 a game, make you $1,500, and then show you how to invest that $1,500 and make $5,000. Plain and fucking simple.
If you have no intentions on doing any business,
don't call us.
And hanging out with us for the long term, then don't bother calling. However, if you're looking to get a little taste, if you're looking to get your feet wet a little bit, dip your toes in the pool, we'll make it real simple for you. Small transaction, $55, 3 days of football winners. We'll make some money. We'll get to know each other a little bit this weekend, and then we'll take it from there. And if you're looking to do more business and treat this like a business and beat your bookie all season long, we'll be able to work out some plan for you that'll be fair for all of us involved, because your bookie will be paying for everything anyway.
You're watching this podcast on YouTube, guys. As you know, we got the live chat room going on right before the podcast. Join the conversation every Thursday. We appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that puts a comment in, thumbs up. We've had nothing but positivity. My fans, our database, they've literally crushed all the haters out of our fucking circle.
Yes.
And for that, we greatly appreciate
Thank
and
you,
love
guys.
every one of you guys that subscribe. And do me a favor, tell a friend about the podcast, because Skip and I can only go so much off six-figure sponsors. You know, we need to get to the point where it's seven figures, because with the information and the effort that we take and the studying that we do and the money that I pay for my connections to be able to bring you these golden nuggets, you can't hit 80% on 234 fucking episodes because you're a good guesser. You know what I'm saying, bud?
Yeah.
And we're going to get into one more thing very briefly, because we know that you guys have heard about this everywhere. Guys, you need us now more than ever, and let me tell you fucking why. NFL came out and basically said that football is for entertainment purposes only, which is a legal way of saying they can basically do what they want, which in my words, I call it cheating. When you are able to call the owners and the fucking referees and have a full-out conversation before Sunday football and word for word say, we're losing viewership, we're not getting enough scoring, the games are going too slow, and we want you referees to stop calling holding calls right fucking now.
Unbelievable.
Now, I'm going to turn it over to Skipper, because first of all, you've seen how many you've seen how many scores were happening on Sunday. So I want you guys to understand that the NFL is 100% manipulated. 100% manipulated.
They're coming right out and telling you.
They're coming out and telling you. So if you honestly think that you could fucking pick the games by yourself at home guessing,
Good luck.
no offense,
Good luck.
you got to be the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met in my motherfucking life. It's hard enough to win knowing information, let alone guessing. But if you deal with players, coaches, CEOs, and referees, I think you can read in between the lines on how we can help you. Go ahead, Skip.
It's like I've always said, to guess is cheap, Steve. Doesn't cost you anything to guess. It always feels good when you guess and you give your opinion on a game and you end up being right. It feels good, especially if you put a couple dollars on it. It doesn't feel good if you're wrong, especially when you're paying your bookie every week. So to guess is cheap. If you guess wrong, it's very expensive, and we've all found that out in the past. Okay? Getting in. Go ahead.
I want you to stick about the manipulation in the NFL, but I also wanted, the reason why I cut you off, and Skip could tell you, because he's the scout for my fucking company, that he takes a fucking $300,000 budget and goes and does his thing every summer. But Skip, like you could tell these people, we follow baseball and have information to where it's unmanipulated. So to be able to pick baseball and follow it and have the information that we have, it's no comparison to the manipulated NFL. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, to keep it fair, and I'm a huge baseball fan.
The baseballs are juiced.
Well, MLB is juiced to baseball. That's obvious. And there's been more runs than ever this year, more home runs than ever. And they did it because people like fucking scoring. There's nothing better for the gambling industry and nothing better for viewership
Than scoring.
than scoring. It doesn't matter what sport it is. Unless you're an old school guy like me and you like that 2-1 ball game. I like those one-hitters into the eighth
But they're
inning.
boring as fuck.
Okay. Well, it depends what kind of fan you are. I'm an old school fan where I actually like a game like that every now and then. Can I watch that every day? 1-0 in the eighth inning with a one-hitter? No.
Baseball people, yes, they juice the balls. They don't have referees determining the game for them.
Well, they don't come right out and tell the umpires. They don't
Not to call balls.
Yeah, they don't come right out and tell the umpires.
Don't call strikes today.
Listen, don't call strikes today. We need a lot of guys on base so we can score a lot of runs. They did tighten up the balls and juice the balls, no doubt about it. However, they're not having direct conversation with the umpires and telling them how to manipulate the strike zone.
So how do you feel?
That's the difference.
How do you feel about NFL? Just be honest with me, because you ranted with me for an hour straight. Just tell the fucking fans about, they came out and said that they basically cheat. How do you feel about that?
They come right out and say it, Steve. Listen, I've been a hater of the NFL for years, and you know it.
Well, yeah.
I can't fucking stand.
Thank God I got all the info, because we're killing NFL.
I can't fucking stand the NFL from a viewer standpoint. I don't like to watch it. It's fucking bullshit. I can't stand the stoppage of play all the time. Every play is under fucking scrutiny. They go under the hood like every other fucking play. It's just ridiculous.
So how do you feel about the manipulation?
I'm telling you how I feel, okay? And for years I've hated it. However, I make a lot of money in the NFL.
You're goddamn right you do.
So I do love it from that standpoint. However, from a viewer standpoint and a sports fan standpoint, I can't stand to watch it. If I watch 10 NFL games all year, that was 10 too many as far as I'm concerned. But now, what they did last week, coming into week 3 of the NFL, 17 games, 14 of them were under. Okay? So coming into last Sunday's week 3, including last week's Thursday night game, 14 out of the last 17 NFL games were under the total.
And it took their viewership
So
to
now,
put their dick right in the dirt.
well, listen, the book is making money.
Correct.
Because they love when the unders come in because the public bets the over.
The favorite and the over every time. However, they got killed on the favorites last week.
However, when you got guys like Tom Brady, the GOAT, saying, I can't even watch the fucking game, I had to turn it off.
And after the first quarter, Tom said he was done.
Because of all the penalties and all the interrupting of the game. Well, now he actually watched the game from a viewer standpoint and said he had to turn he tweeted he had to turn the goddamn game off.
Correct.
Because of all the penalties and the bullshit and the lack of scoring.
And being the kingpin of the business, the Michael Jordan of the business, the referees and the owners were like, Tom's right.
Well, when the GOAT fucking can't watch his own sport.
Correct. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
That may pose a problem, yeah.
So what do they do about it? Okay? Now, for years, let me preface it by saying this.
Because we got to get into the show.
Well, we are getting into it. This is sports.
This is serious. I got you.
This is serious
because
shit.
I know you're pissed. Go ahead.
This is sports, and this is serious shit, and I can't fucking...
And they need us more than ever.
I can't stand it because they're blatantly fucking telling you that they're predetermining the outcome of games, like you and I have been saying for fucking...
NFL's predetermined. We've said it for years.
We've been saying it for years, and now they're coming right out and telling you that they're doing it, okay? Now, the NFL has been strongly against gambling forever. Gambling is voodoo.
Preach,
okay?
Skip, preach. I know where you're going.
Gambling is voodoo. They've been strongly against it forever.
Pussies.
As well as they probably should have been, okay? Now, however, that sports betting is legal in 11 states or 12 states around the country and becoming more and more legal by the day, by the week. Before you know it, there's going to be 25, 30 states. They're going to be taking bets on every corner. Another thing that we predicted.
Correct.
Okay? Now that it's become legal, now not only is the NFL okay with gambling, they want to be part of it.
Exactly. They want their cut.
As of this morning, just today, the NFL signed a deal with DraftKings.
Correct.
So they're doing business from a fantasy standpoint.
Correct.
With DraftKings, who's a legitimate fucking bookie now.
Sportsbook, which we predicted that as well.
Okay, we did. We absolutely did. Get the trend here? We predict a lot of shit, guys. We predict a lot of things that happen.
And if you think it's a joke, just rewind the fucking podcast. Don't play yourself. It's all there on recording.
Yeah, and you know what else we predict? We predict the winners this weekend. So,
that's a fucking fact.
So give me a call for that $55 promotion, and I predict you'll kick the shit out of your bookie. Now, you want to talk about predictions?
I love that.
Now listen. Let me finish this because it's important. Not only are they okay with gambling now, the NFL, they actually want to be part of it. They got contracts with DraftKings. They got a contract with Caesars Entertainment.
Yeah, I know that.
A gambling company, okay? They got a contract with this radar statistical group. I'm not sure the name of it.
I saw it.
But they do NFL. Am I boring you?
No, they do stats. No.
They do NFL stats, they do stats from a gambling standpoint.
Correct.
They got a contract with them.
Pretty much like in line. They do it as the game goes also.
So not only is the NFL okay with gambling, they actually want a piece of it now.
Yeah.
Okay? So now what do they do in order to manipulate the game now? They say, hey, 14 out of the last 17 games were unders. We got Tom Brady saying he can't even watch this shit. The holding penalties were up 66%. So they have a conference call.
Yeah, tell them. This is real deal what he's telling you, motherfuckers. Listen.
They have a conference call last Sunday before the fucking games with the head officiating, the head of officiating, with all the referees around the fucking country, and they say, hey, stop fucking calling the holding penalties.
Now, you know what that does to a team?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Go hold your ass off.
I mean, they're blatantly fucking telling you that they're scripting the game. They're telling the fucking referees not to call a penalty. Now, if you're a referee, you're saying to yourself, wait a second. I'm doing my fucking job. Now you're telling me not to do my job.
Exactly.
So what are the rules? There are no fucking rules in the NFL. That's what the rule is. There are no rules. They'll do whatever the fuck they want to do.
It's predetermined.
And they're telling you that.
Correct.
Okay?
And they told you that.
They're telling you they'll do whatever they want to do. So if I'm a coach now, Steve, and I know that, I'm telling my offensive line, hold on every fucking play.
Every fucking play.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Protect your quarterback till they start calling it.
So what's that going to do? That's going to allow drives to continue. It's going to allow more scoring, which allows the viewership to go up. The sportsbooks might not like it too much because there's going to be a lot more overs. So since that meeting and that conference call with the refs,
70 plus.
Guess what happened last week?
I know exactly what happened.
10-5 to the over last week.
10-5 to the over, and 2 games were within a point away.
Since Sunday and Monday, okay, because the Monday night game went over. Since Sunday and Monday, since they told him to stop calling the holding penalties, 10 out of 15 games went over. So 67% over rate, when before that, the last 17 were 14-3 to the under. So it looks like they fixed the problem. They did more to fix the problem.
Yeah.
They fixed the fucking outcome of the games, guys.
Correct.
Wake up. So what he was saying is...
You need us more than ever.
Now you need us more than ever. Because if you think you can figure this shit out on your own, think again, brother. Your bookie's really, really happy about this. When the league is partnered up with the bookie, they're coming for your money. We're not going to let them take it if you join this team.
Because we're connected.
Fair enough?
We're connected with Caesars Group and all these fucking casinos
We're
that
not
are connected with them.
We're not going there.
So, all right, whatever. All right, just call
give us-
877.
Give us a call. You'll see the difference.
All right. And don't forget, guys, you want to check us out on Instagram at VIP Sports LV. You could direct message us with any questions that you have. We'll get back with you. Make sure you go to the absoluteblowoutwinner.com to pick you up one of the ABW shirts. You know, you got winners and losers, and you're a motherfucking winner. Represent my brand this football season. We're going to get right into college football, sponsored by our boys over there at mybookie.ag. You all know that football is the biggest time of the year for sports betting in this industry, and we are thrilled to be partnered with the industry's leading sports book this season, MyBookie. Created online gaming pioneers in 2012, mybookie.ag vows to improve the sports betting experience where so many other brands have failed. Year in and year out. MyBookie has delivered on its promise of excellent customer service, better bonuses, and more prop bets than any competitor, and fast and easy payouts. With in-game live betting and the most rewarding player perks in the business, MyBookie is the place to bet on football every weekend this season. And this year, they're hosting the first online handicapping super contest. Pick 5 NFL games against the spread every week to climb to the leaderboard and score your share of the huge cash prize with a guaranteed first place of $100,000.
Get over there to mybookie.ag. Sign up for that contest, guys. What are you waiting for?
And creating a new account using my promotional code VIP10 and get 10% back on your first deposit up to $200. That's the promotional code VIP10 to get 10% cash back. Follow MyBookie on Instagram, Twitter to get the latest odds and props as they are posted. And remember, who you're betting on is just as important as who you're betting with. Let's get right down to some college fucking football, Skip. This is what they watch the show for.
Get your pen and paper ready. Here come the Nuggets.
Here they come, guys. Get ready.
I'm not talking about the chicken nuggets.
No, we're fucking not. We're talking about golden fucking nuggets.
Golden Nuggets. This Saturday, college football week 5. There's a couple games on Friday, but we're not going to preview any Friday games this week, Steve. And I'm going to tell you why. Because these guys are trying to be sharp. They're trying to outsmart us. Mm-hmm. We've been previewing the Friday games. There's 4 college football games on Friday.
Correct.
And then they're not calling in Friday for the promotion.
Right.
Shame on you.
Well, listen, if that's what the type of sports bettors they are, you know, you shouldn't be betting sports, period. Because good things aren't cheap and cheap things aren't good.
Well, we've also said this before. These are trends. These are statistics. These are analytics. Okay? Computer-generated statistics. Trend charts. We'll give you some nuggets on trends and stats. They still got to play the game. Doesn't necessarily mean that's where we're putting our money. Get that through your head. For you 3 people that put comments in and say, oh, you guys went 2 and 3 on your
The golden
trends.
nuggets weren't good this week. Buddy,
on.
I got 2 golden nuggets you could put in your mouth every week.
Are you out of your mind?
It's not my job to give you free fucking picks. You understand that?
Anybody that watches this podcast the last 5 years knows that we give out way
too many
winning trends and losing trends. However, that being said, they're just trends. If you want to know where we're putting our money, invest 55 grocery dollars.
I know. $55 don't even sound right.
And you'll find out. And if you can't invest $55 to find out where our money is this weekend, then just keep your trap shut. Just stay quiet. Keep your lips quiet.
Yeah, and go curl up like a Great Dane before he lays down and lay your bitch ass down.
Yeah, get in the corner and lick yourself like a cat. Okay? Because if you can't afford $55 to beat your bookie's ass this weekend, then you should probably not get Twitter fingers. You should probably not get keyboard fingers.
Yeah, don't let your trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers,
yeah,
all right?
Settle down, homeboy.
Because our fans will clown you.
I mean, yeah, let's keep it real, all right?
All right. Anyway, well, let's move in. A game that I feel is going to be a fucking very crucial game. It could go either way type deal, so I definitely want to talk about it. It's something that we need to make aware to the sports bettors because I don't know if it's easy as they might think it is. Let's talk about Northwestern at Wisconsin.
Let's do it.
As you know, Skip, Northwestern 14-6-1 as a dog.
Okay.
So they win like a motherfucker as an underdog, 14-6. That's 70+%. As a dog. They're 10-0 against the spread as a dog in the Big Ten Conference.
Wow. Did you hear that?
So as an underdog in the Big Ten, they're fucking 10-0.
Wow.
And overall 14-6. So as an underdog, these motherfuckers cover, these Northwestern motherfuckers.
The last 10 times the Northwestern Wildcats have gotten points and went into a Big Ten game
10-0.
as a dog.
10-0.
They've covered 10 straight times.
That is correct.
Now, that's a trend. Are we betting Northwestern?
Now,
Give us a call.
Spend some money.
Yeah, give us a call. We'll tell you. We're just telling you that as a dog in the conference, in the Big Ten, they've covered 10 straight times as a dog in the conference.
And,
wow.
And
wow.
70+% on road dog games, period.
As a dog, period.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and don't forget,
Wow.
let me give you one more. They're 2-0 against the spread the last 2 meetings with Wisconsin.
Wow.
So we'll write that down and put a circle around it because I'm not done yet.
There you go.
Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, Northwestern is plus 24.5 in this fucking game.
That's a lot of points.
Northwestern's plus 24.5. However, let's talk about Wisconsin, Skip. What do you have on them?
Wisconsin's covered 4 straight games to start the season.
Yes, they have.
Okay, and they're seeking revenge.
You gave them. You secretly gave another winner with Wisconsin last week.
They are absolute massacre of Michigan last week.
They murdered them.
They are seeking revenge over Northwestern for that beating that Northwestern gave Wisconsin last year, 31-17. So there's a revenge factor here, and Wisconsin's at home, which is what drove this line to 24.5. Obviously, Wisconsin, one of the best offensive lines in the game.
Yeah.
They're playing good football. They're at home. They're seeking revenge. Big Ten Conference game. So the line's 24.5. However, and Wisconsin's covered 4 straight. However, we've just told you some big numbers on the Wildcats as a dog.
We'll leave it at that. The
let's leave it at
motherfuckers
that.
don't lose as a road underdog. They've won the last 2 meetings against the spread with Wisconsin. Here they are on the road as an underdog, plus 24.5 points. We'll leave it at that.
Okay, let's get it. Speaking of an underdog, wow, Connecticut, a 44-point underdog to Central Florida this week, Steve.
It's hard to even
Wow.
have those numbers come out of your mouth. Minus
44
points.
Now, I've told people before.
Central Florida's on fire, and goddammit, they came back last week and should have
good.
covered again last
They're
week.
goddamn good.
Yeah,
okay? Now, listen, I've told people for years and years and years, in the NFL, obviously, you're never going to see a spread like that. When you see 20 or 20 plus in the NFL, it's a big deal. Okay?
Of course, and people were scared of them, and they all covered except.
It's a big deal,
Yeah.
right? In college football, you're laying 44 points. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a big deal. They might win by fucking 70.
I don't know.
This game, Connecticut at Central Florida, Steve, Connecticut has only covered 3 games in their last 15 games overall.
They're 3-12 against the spread. They're fucking El Shitzo.
Horrendous.
Garbaggio.
Connecticut 1-6 against the spread as a road dog. So when they're getting points, which is all the time, okay, they've only covered 3 out of the last 15 games as a dog. They've only covered once out of their last 7 games as a road dog, and they've only covered once out of their last 7 games if they're getting 20 points or more. So they just suck.
Well, how about this? I got a better one for you. They're 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games when they were a plus 20 underdog.
Correct. If they're getting 3 touchdowns or more,
They're losing.
they're getting blown the fuck out. So there's a reason why they're getting 44 points. Now on the flip side of that, Central Florida has been a covering. They've been a covering machine. They're 8-2 against the spread. Their last 10 games.
Absolutely.
They're
Will you just tell
6-1
them to leave the
against the
mattresses
spread.
in
Their
the
last
gate
7
by the front
games.
door?
You okay, bud?
Yeah, I know exactly about that. Sorry, that was
Central-
a guard gate. That was a guard gate. We had to let somebody in. Superstar. No big deal. Go ahead.
Central Florida covered 6 out of their last 7. They've covered 8 out of their last 10. Central Florida, last 12 times they've been a double-digit favored, 9-3 against the spread. So here's a team that wins. They cover big numbers. 44 is a huge number against a very, very weak UConn game that never covers and doesn't cover. The more points they get, the more they don't cover.
I agree 100%. Listen, Central Florida, as you know, we've been on them every game of the year.
Oh, they're
last week they let us down, but they still gave it an effort to get the job done. Their offense was slow in the first half. So what do I think about this game? I think UFC is a fantastic football team. UConn, I'd have to say this is one of those matchups where Skip and I say boys against men. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
This is pretty much a college team playing a high school team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Could they cover the 44? Easily. However, that is a lot of fucking points,
It sure
and
is.
we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's hard for me and Skip to even say that without laughing. 44 points.
It's insane.
It's fucking insane.
Let's talk about a Big 12 matchup, if you don't mind. The Iowa State Cyclones heading in to take on the Baylor Bears down there in Waco, Texas.
Oh, shit. We're going to see what's going on. As you know, Iowa State 3-1 against the spread in their last 4 games versus Baylor.
That's true.
So they're 75%. They own them.
Last 4 times they played Baylor, they've covered 3 out of 4.
11-3 against the spread on the road. So
Wow.
on the road, these motherfuckers win. And, of course, they're on the road.
So the Cyclones travel well, guys.
Yes, they do.
11-3 against the spread their last 14 road games. Not bad.
And they're on the road, not to mention 3-1, 75% against Baylor in their last 4 games.
Right. Line on this game, Steve, Iowa State laying a field goal, -3 on the road in Baylor. And Baylor just 2-4 against the spread, Steve, in their last 6 Big 12 games
yeah.
at home.
Correct.
So Baylor, their last 6 Big 12 games,
At home, they pretty much
At
suck.
home.
They're 50-50.
don't-
They're less than 50-50.
they've only covered twice.
They're covered twice
That's
out of 4
30.
games.
That's 33%.
33%.
So you got a team covering 33% at home
Who's at home?
against the conference.
Who's at home?
Against a team that's covered 75% of the time they play them the last 4 games, and a team that's 11-3 against the spread the last 14 road games. They travel better than Columbus.
That you ain't They travel better than motherfucking my ex with her Louis Vuitton luggage, buddy.
They travel better than me during the baseball season.
Oh my God, it
that-
don't get no better. And you travel, motherfucker.
And that's a lot of travel.
That is a lot of traveling. And not to mention, don't forget, only a 3-point spread. Buy that to 2.5.
Correct.
I mean, my God, looks good on paper.
Money line that bitch, huh?
Goddamn right. Probably what? $1.30,
No,
$1.35.
about $1.70.
You think?
Oh yeah, -3, $1.70.
150?
70, 75.
Ain't worth the 170.
Lay the fucking field goal, it's a winner.
Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. Let's move on. You want to talk about Washington State at Utah? We talked about that off air.
Why wouldn't I?
Well, because it's going to be a fantastic fucking game. Washington State, phenomenal. 13-5 against the spread as an underdog.
Wow.
2-0 against the spread versus Utah.
Wow.
And Utah has really shit the bed in the beginning of this season. I'm not impressed with them at all.
Utah 1-6 against the spread their last 7 games, guys.
Yeah,
If you're back in the Utes, you're
in the poorhouse.
Your house is being foreclosed on right now, guys.
Yeah, and the wife is at the neighbor's looking for more than sugar. Yeah. She's looking for a little spice, too. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said,
Sugar and spice and everything nice.
that's right. So, guys, if you don't want to go in foreclosure, you don't want your wife to be creeping next door, you want to be able to pay for the kids' groceries and shit, I would just stay the fuck away from Utah altogether.
You ain't lying. There's nothing good about Utah, my friend.
Yeah.
Utah's laying 5.5 at home to Washington State. Mike Leach, right, paparazzi? Mike Leach, 13-5 against the spread when this cat's catching points.
Hey, but Poppy, also, Washington State, they blow that fucking, they blew 31-point lead, right? 31-point lead they blew last week against UCLA.
Yeah.
So,
They should wake up this week.
yeah, guys,
You would think. Wow.
that that's what they're all about.
Maybe an
they
hope.
probably got chewed out, ran a bunch of extra laps.
Oh, yeah.
Probably was on the list of no pussy for the entire week. If you get caught with your girl in your dorm, you're fucking off the team.
Right.
And, they're going to be going out there with rubber bands wrapped around their balls looking to win.
Sounds like they're turning them into homos up there. Did I say that?
No, it's fine.
God
It's-
damn. I'm not politically correct, Steve.
It's-
Never
who
was.
is?
Never was. Never will be.
But you know what? You don't have a racist bone in your body, so who
I
gives
didn't
a
say
fuck?
I was fucking racist. You know what? My best friend's black.
Well, you just said, a
And
homophobic.
I love the Asians.
If you said somebody, like if you accidentally said fag, but you really meant
I'm
gay, it
sorry.
doesn't make
I
you a
said-
bad guy.
did I say homo
You're
instead
not
of-
doing it in a hate speech.
No, I'm just talking. I said
Yeah.
I said homo instead
Well,
of gay.
I was the first one that when I had my first meeting in Hollywood with Michael Lombardo.
Yeah.
There's 3 words that you don't say in Hollywood: the N word, the J word, which is Jew, or F, Fag. Those are 3 words you don't say in Hollywood because you'll
I
be
didn't
out.
say fag.
No, I'm telling you.
I said homosexual.
I understand. I'm
That's
telling you.
That's a scientific term.
I was about to go to my fucking story till you cut me the fuck off. You know what I mean? And
it-
without smoking marijuana, my mind is fucking all over the place.
Mental clarity.
So my point being is I was in the meeting with Mark Wahlberg, Steve Levinson,
Right.
and Michael Lombardo, the
remember.
HBO owner.
I remember.
So we were talking about ideas. I was like, nah, Mike, that shit's gay as fuck. Well, Mike is gay.
Oh, boy.
Okay. The word I meant to say was corny, but I came out and say, I didn't say the F word. I didn't say the FAG word because that is disrespect.
Right.
And you don't call people Jews and blah, blah, blah. And you definitely don't call a black man an N-word.
Right.
And I've been called the N-word as a white man just as much as a black man. I can't stand it. So I completely agree with all 3 of those words not being able to say. They're not in our vocabulary.
Yeah, there's no-
That was my point. When you say something and you mean it, doesn't mean it's hate speech the way you say it, because homophobic is a word.
Yeah.
Gay is a word.
Right.
Those other ones are hate slurs, right?
Right.
Plain and fucking simple.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You know what I mean? And practice.
Listen. Everybody, anyone that knows me knows my best friend is African American.
Well, shout out to
Shout
Big
out-
Ron.
shout
Shout
out
out to Big Merc. What the fuck is poppin', Merc?
Big Merc.
Bring
in the
your
house.
ass in here for a podcast. You know what I mean?
But anyway, listen.
You want to do any more games? Or we should probably talk about this game because
Shouldn't call Italian guys wops either.
Same thing.
Grease ball.
Forget about
Wop,
it.
right?
Huh? Hey,
We all got slang.
there
Right?
ain't not sticks and stones, brother.
I love
there ain't
them
a
all.
fucking thing.
I love everybody.
There ain't a motherfucking thing you can say to me to hurt my confidence and this, that, and the other. However,
Steve, I love everybody.
you say something racial or slurish like that to me when I'm with my kids,
I'll slap the
might
fuck
be a
out of
whole
you.
different motherfucking story, dude.
Slap
You might
the
get pistol
shit.
whipped and some other shit. You know
Slap
what I
the
mean?
shit out of your dumb
Just
ass.
please respect me when I'm with my kids. And by the way, all of the fans that have always came up to us, we have the best fans. They've been nothing
Yeah.
but respectful.
Yeah.
And thank you, guys. I respect every one of you.
Right.
But I do want to talk about this game because you talk about a team's asshole bleeding, needing a tampon at the end of the game. I think it's going to be New Mexico State. Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
Fresno State taking on New Mexico State. On paper, this is an absolute blowout fucking demolish.
I circled
a pumple.
I've got it circled.
Okay, good. Well, Fresno State minus 17.5. They're 13-1-2 against the spread on the road since Coach Telford took over there.
Tedford, yeah.
Tedford, yeah. And New Mexico State 1-8 against the spread in their last 9 games.
Slow down. I'm not sure if they're getting this.
1-9. 1-8 in their last 9 fucking games. These motherfuckers can't cover for fucking nothing. They're absolutely garbage.
New Mexico State can't cover the fucking mattress with a bed sheet.
Hey, you ain't lying,
Are you
dude.
kidding me?
You ain't lying.
1-8 against the spread their last 9 games. 5-14 against the spread their last 19 games. Unbelievable.
You heard what I said.
Not only that, New Mexico.
5-14 in the last 19 fucking games.
Wow. And Fresno State, as you said, 13-1-2 against the spread on the road since Coach Tedford arrived up there.
They're 90+% on the road, and
Wow.
they blow people the fuck out.
Yeah.
The line is 17.5.
Wow.
All I could say is, on paper, this looks like Fresno State blows them the fuck out.
ABW. Not only that, New Mexico State's coming off a big interstate rivalry game against the New Mexico Lobos last week, which didn't turn out so well for them.
Well-
So they're beat up after that game last week, and now they got to take on the Fresno State Bulldogs. I smell disaster, Steve. And not only that, I'm smelling something else. I gotta use a restroom.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Well, then we'll do this. I don't want you sharting or shitting on yourself.
Take a break.
What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little break. We'll come back, and we'll tell you how to make that fucking money betting NFL, considering we have all the contacts right after the break.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money, and we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. You put in $100, we'll give you $100. You put in $1,000, and we'll give you $1,000. First, you'll review your selected bonus. You can change your bonus or decline your bonus. Next, you'll select a deposit option. Enter your deposit amount and click Deposit. Fill out your card info. You can also edit your billing address if you need to, and then click Confirm Deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. You can also view how much money you have left in your account and review your pending wagers. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, At MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the VIP Sports Podcast. I'm Steve Stevens, a.k.a. the Bookie Killer, sitting here with my co-host, the Big Skipper. The first half, we just went over some college trends, very aggressive college trends as well.
Yeah.
We discussed how the NFL is manipulated, and it's for entertainment purposes only. Just to sum it up, we told you guys that if you're betting on your own, you're out of your fucking mind, because you can't even call it a crapshoot, because it's worse than that. It's like going into a bathroom, sticking your dick through a hole, and not knowing what's on the other side.
Wow.
It could be a beautiful woman's pussy. It could be. But more than likely, it's going to be a guy's asshole, a dude's lips, maybe a horse ass, a donkey, a sheep. You never know. HIV, a little a little STD. You never know what's going to be on that other side of that motherfucking hole. However,
Wow.
that's how NFL is right now. So
Yeah.
considering that I work directly with players, coaches, CEOs, the refs, and we find out inside shit, we do business with the corporations that the NFL is in bed with, we'll leave it at that. We also ran a promotion, $55 fucking dollars for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something we don't ever fucking do. If you don't call now and take advantage of the $55 fucking dollar promotion, shame on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Anyway, stopping by, we got a host here. Just came in, called him in the guard gate, let him in. Good friend of our boy Dino in the fucking casino, president and CEO of DC Sports Service.
Nice to see you, Dino.
Out there in Toronto, Canada. What's going on,
Hi,
eh?
man.
What's going on?
It's hot out here.
Well,
A
buddy.
little bit warmer than Toronto.
Well, that is a fact, but and we'll get into that in a minute. You know, I'm sure the buzz from Toronto winning the championship has wore off already, considering that all the players left right away. At least your star did.
No, it hasn't.
No?
No.
You guys are still buzzing. You guys are going to ride with that shit till next year.
We are riding high.
I ain't mad at
Actually, the girl who won the U.S. Open, Bianca Andreescu.
Uh-huh. Is she from Canada, eh?
She's from Canada, right down the street
Oh,
from me.
what the fuck, eh?
Nice.
Dino always brings us, and Skip, we've loved it, even though I quit, the Northern Harvest Crown. Guys,
Yes.
tell these motherfuckers about it.
The crown, the Northern Harvest Crown. I keep telling them it's an award-winning crown.
Oh, it's award-winning, all right.
it
It
is.
got us some award.
Yeah.
I got an award for spending the most amount of money in a local bar anybody's ever seen in their motherfucking life.
It's
yeah, it's
award-winning
definitely
that
an
much.
award winner, Skip.
That much is award-winning.
Anyway, Skip, you and I are whiskey drinkers. We've drank Crown a long time.
Oh, yeah.
How would you separate, if I had to explain it, I would say it's like normal Crown Royal with 3 times the power. And I don't know, how would you explain it?
I'd explain it like this. It's like getting your games from Vegas Dave or getting your games from Steve Stevens.
Oh, my fucking God. So one is diluted and don't know shit and don't
Right.
get you loaded.
Right.
And the other one's 100% pure, no cut.
Just trying to keep it real, boss.
Oh, fuck. Well, I understand. You brought it. Perfect explanation.
Yeah, there's no...
It's fucking no comparison.
No comparison.
Make sure you get that fucking Crown Harvest. Anyway, guys, Dino's stopping by. I know a lot of people say that we don't ever give any sports consultants or any sports services any love. That's not true. I give love to people in this industry that do the business the right way. Licensed and bonded, have a nice little room. They do their thing. They take Visa, Master, Discover. They're not doing a bunch of email, text blasting bullshit.
They're not siding games, giving one team to one guy and then the other team to the other guy when it just so happens those 2 teams are playing each other.
Absolutely.
Okay? In this business, every 10 apples that fall off the tree, 9 of them are rotten.
Oh, that's a fact.
And
it's a shame.
Every once in a while, you'll find out 1 apple out of 10 that actually can do what he says he can do, and that's help you make money and is running a legit operation and can help you beat your bookie and does things the right way and is not siding games. And the #1 sports consultant north of the border.
In Canada, eh?
Number
Toronto, Canada, eh? DC Sports. But anyway, let's just get it very clear. Dino is slick as this motherfucker is. Skip at first signed Dino up from the Money Talk show. You obviously saw us on TV. We're fucking amazed. Love what I do.
Yeah, we got it up there, absolutely.
And went fucking crazy. And Dino's one of those guys, and I'll let him explain him to himself. You know, he was just like you other guys that are on Instagram that buy fake views and likes and want to be like me, even though that you hate me because there's nothing you can do about me being the best in the world. Deep down, you still want to be me, and you're my biggest fan, and I appreciate that. Dino was one of these people as well, but Dino actually started off as a client. What did he spend with you, $25,000 for the fucking month?
Something like that, yeah.
So what'd you do? You came aboard for the $25,000 as a client 5.5 years ago?
Yeah,
Because you
for
had your
5
business for what, 9 years now?
Exactly. Yeah.
So the show came out like at 5.5 years ago. You called Skip. What happened?
Called
You slick
Skip.
fuck. You were looking for our games to give your own goddamn clients is what
That's
you were
exactly what he was doing. So I figured it out, yeah.
doing. Yeah. Oh, you didn't. It didn't take you long at all.
It's an investment, boys. It's an investment.
I can't be mad at you.
He invested a couple of 5 figures with us, was taking the games, and after a while, I started figuring out what the fuck he was doing. I heard him talking to guys in the background, giving out the game that I had just given him the day before, and I'm like, wait a second. Who are you giving that fucking game to?
Yeah. What the fuck you do again, motherfucker?
One thing came to a next, and come to find out, he leveled with me and said, yeah, I've been a client because I have a service in Canada, and I needed the information, and I was passing it on to my clients.
So, Dino, let's just tell the fans, I mean, just be real with the guys. You know, you started off like everybody else. At first, you were mad that I wouldn't fuck with you. You knew that I was the best. You were persistent. You spent $25,000 to invest with Skip, and be real. Pretty much what? Just to get with me and Skip and learn about this business more.
That's
Talk
the
to
thing.
it. Talk to it.
That's it. It was just breaking ground, getting into the industry, and props to you guys. You guys are hands down #1 in the industry. Okay, there's no other company out there, at least in North America, from what I know, even from my experience, that has the connections that you guys have.
Well, we appreciate you, D.
And it's the truth. It's the truth. And everyone out there that is looking to get information on games, these guys, this is ground roots. This is where it comes from. This is where it comes from. Point blank.
So, you know, over the game, you finally got to me. I mean, you spent tens of thousands of dollars through the company, but you eventually got to me and Skip. You're actually a personal friend of both of ours now. You know, our families all know each other, stuff like that. But, you know, people think out there that I don't like people in the industry. No, I don't like frauds.
Yeah,
I don't like guys that are fucking frauds. I don't like guys that use Skip's name. I don't like people that use my name. I don't like people that stalk our fucking Instagram comments. I don't like people that stalk our YouTube comments. Those are the people I don't like. I do like people that do it right. And, I mean, tell these people, have I taught you a lot in this fucking game or not?
You've taught me more in the past 4 years, 5 years, than what I would have learned in 25 years doing this by myself.
So I do help people.
Yeah, you could say it that way. Yeah,
I'm not talking about games and making millions. I'm talking about guys in my industry. Skip and I actually do
Yes.
help people that we like, right?
100%.
Shout out to our boy fucking Spats. Shout out to Premier Sports. And, you know, more importantly, DC, beat your bookie. I mean, like I said, guys, there's real guys out there that we support because if you're doing this business the right way, it's a $1 trillion industry. There's enough money for everybody.
Amen.
You got to do it the right way.
So, Dino, just for these people out there, since you're live on an audience out there, anything that makes you sick about the industry with some of these clients? Or we talked about a little bit people robbing you a little bit. You got a little dose of people that were supposed to pay and they run?
Wow.
Something me and Skip been knowing about for years.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating. Like, we take this dead serious. Like, I have a team of guys up north, and, you know, with the information that we get, you give out games, and these clients just take the game and they run. And you know what that does? It black marks the industry on their end, not our end.
Skip, and he wonders why we're dicks.
Well, I've always said this, okay? On both sides of the phone, there are assholes in this industry.
Correct.
Okay? It's on both sides of the phone.
Right.
This business, Dino, takes two guys that trust one another
Two guys that are honest
and someone that knows how to fucking win.
and one guy that can win.
Right.
Now, if you're willing to treat this like a business and follow the lead of a true professional with a proven track record, then it all works out. You trust me, I trust you. Hell, not only do we become business partners, in more cases than not, I become friends with my clients.
Right.
Like in real life friends.
That's how you
Okay?
build a relationship. That's 100% correct.
Absolutely.
You don't get a guy to invest 6 figures if he's not your friend.
Correct. And we end up beating the book and we all make money. And hell, everything's funny when you're making money, right?
Exactly.
Now, Skip, what Skip and I want you to tell the fans, you were just going into how you pay after winning, you trust people, and your asshole has been bleeding ever since. So when me and Skip took you aside and helped you with that, what the fuck did we tell you? You got to get the money up front. If they're not willing to invest $200, they shouldn't be fucking betting.
Correct.
That's the God honest truth. And that was probably the best advice and the biggest slap you gave me behind the neck.
Well, it's not easy to sell news. Don't forget, Skip and I do the hardest thing. Like, Skip's out there with the salesman. He's teaching these people how to sell literally the hardest sell in the fucking world. You're selling air, right, Skip?
Correct.
You're selling 7 days of service. So you have to really explain to these people, got to get them to write down the dates.
Yeah.
You got to explain to them what they're going to receive. And you actually have to have some sales skill.
Yeah, and it all comes down to trust, like I said. I mean, the client's got to trust me to put $500 on the game. He's got to trust that my information is solid enough that he can risk $500 of his hard-earned money on.
Absolutely.
And I got to trust that he's going to break me off, my share of the fucking commit, my share of the profit.
Yeah.
It's trust between two guys here, or a guy and a woman. It's not always guys. Some of my biggest clients are females. I always say guy. I apologize to all the women out there.
Shout out to Renee in Hawaii.
Yeah, I got a lot of female clients. But anyway, it's trust and it's winning, and our results speak for themselves. So if you give me 10% of your confidence, I'll earn the other 90%. It's as simple as that.
And like I said, guys, I support people that are in the business doing this the right way. Do I respect the guy at home that's sitting in his underwear or even in a pair of shorts as a one-man band doing his thing? No, you're not a sports consultant, dude. Mm-hmm. You're a dude in his underwear with some stolen leads with a fake fucking Instagram.
It's a guy like
acting like you do what we do, and you don't fucking do what we do.
It's guys like that have tainted the industry for guys like me that have been in this business for over 25 years.
The texting and email has tainted the industry big time.
Yeah, the internet has fucked things up a lot too.
People don't know shit.
And the thing is, we do this as a living.
Yeah.
This is our living.
This is serious shit to us.
This is serious shit.
I always look at it this way, Dino. If you're hungry and you want a good meal, you go to a fucking chef. You go to a great restaurant.
Correct.
You don't go back in the kitchen and tell him how to fucking cook the food.
No.
Right.
Okay? If your car's fucking broke, you take it to a mechanic. You don't go into the fucking shop and tell the mechanic how to fix the car. That's what they do for a living.
Correct.
Right.
If you're sick and you go to the hospital or the doctor, or you're out mowing the grass and you run your fucking leg off and your leg's dangling from your hip, you just go to the doctor and you say, fucking put my leg back on.
Right.
You don't go in there and tell the doctor how to sew it back on.
I'm not going to tell the doctor how to do his job. Don't tell me how to fucking do mine.
If you're betting sports, then come to the chiropractor.
Who deals with players, coaches.
Yeah, and I'll straighten your fucking bookie out. It's as simple as that.
Plain and simple, guys. We're a little bit more than a one-man band guy sitting at his fucking computer acting like guys, you're the one-man band sitting there. You don't do what we do. You're not responsible for 25 salesmen like Skip is. You're not writing 6 figures a week in outbound business. You're not a sports consultant. So I'm just saying, guys that do it right, we love you, and there's a lot of them out there that do it right. We love the industry.
Shout out to Dino and DC Sports, the #1 sports consultant north of the border, and a dear friend, and one of the good guys out there in the sports betting industry.
And I was just gonna say, I love you, but I can't blow you up that much. I need to get you to fuck up off the show. Give the shout outs to the wife, or what do you want to say to the people out there, D?
Guys, love your network, love everybody that watches you,
and what have my games been looking like for the last 30 days?
On fire.
A+.
My man.
Dino.
Thanks for stopping by, D. We'll see you, shirt. Grab them ABWs on your way out. We'll see you soon. Anyway, guys, like I said, we want to make sure that we get right back to business. We pounded out pretty much everything we needed to do with college. What do you want to do with NFL, Skip?
Let's just go over a couple of trends real quick for Week 4 in the NFL.
Okay.
I want to talk about Baker Mayfield being an absolute fucking joke.
Dude, they have been absolutely pounding him right now, talking shit. Everybody's saying he's not a #1 quarterback. He's way too cocky. Just people are coming out riding him hard. What's the reason for that, Skip?
Well, one of my best YouTube videos ever is watching Baker Mayfield run from the fucking cops. Did you ever see that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, man.
That was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, my God. It's fucking hilarious. If you've never seen that, pull that YouTube video up. Baker Mayfield runs from the police. He gets tackled after about 2 steps. Gets taken down hard on some...
He was definitely loaded.
He gets taken down on some... he gets pulled over for like DUI or something.
Yeah.
He gets taken down on some cement steps by this big-ass cop that probably should be a linebacker in the NFL. And then he starts crying like a little bitch, literally crying. Unbelievable. Anyway, even though Baker Mayfield blows and they've been riding his ass hard, the Browns are 12-8 against the spread their last 20 games.
Yeah, as far as the spread is concerned, they're they're right there at 60%. They're 10-4 against the spread as a fucking dog, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
That is correct.
I mean, they covered both games, versus Baltimore last year. So
yep. So the Cleveland Browns in Baltimore this weekend for Week 4. The Browns 12-8 against the spread their last 20 games. That's a phenomenal 60%. 10-4 against the spread as a dog the last 14 times they've been a dog. And they covered both times they played Baltimore last year. And add into that Baltimore at home, Steve, not too good, right?
Well, no. Baltimore 1-6-1 against the spread in their last 8 home games.
Wow. Baltimore's only covered once in their last 8 games at home.
That 50-point blowout was in Miami.
Wow.
Then they came back.
I bet people didn't know that.
No, they didn't. Listen, guys, they're 1-6-1 against the spread in their last 8 games at home. They're not that good at home.
If you bet the Ravens against the spread at home their last 8 games, you only got paid once. And you paid your bookie 6 times and you got 1 tie.
That is a major fucking trend, guys. Woo. I mean, it's you have a 10% chance of winning. However,
so lean towards Cleveland and the points this week.
However,
on the trends.
However, Ravens are a little bit better this year. We'll leave it at that.
Be careful.
Let's move on to the Washington Redskins, which, by the way, I can't stand anything about their fucking team.
Oh, God.
Washington's 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road, though, however. As much as you think they're terrible, they're 5-2 on the road in their last 7 games. That's fucking pretty fucking good.
And they head into New York or New Jersey to take on the New York Giants, who, just like the Baltimore Ravens, Steve, not too good covering at home.
Eli's on the bench. He's on his way out. The guy with Super Bowl rings got fucking sat the fuck down.
Right.
He has to feel like shit.
The Giants are 1-7-1 against the spread at home their last 9 games.
Correct.
So if you bet the Giants, the big blue wrecking crew, if you bet them at home their last 9 games, you've only gotten paid once. You're losing your ass.
You're losing your ass big time. And let me just add something else that you should be looking at. You don't always have to bet a side. The overs with Giants, 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games. So there's a 70% trend for you right there.
And the Redskins have gone over all 3 games
Correct.
so far this year, Steve.
Correct. So when you talk about Washington, every game this year was 3-0. Giants 7-3 over the last 10 games. Why would you look at the game when the total is a high 70, 80% fucking probability?
Heavy 70-plus trend on the over. In the Skins-Giants game this week.
That is correct. Moving on, we got the Chargers against the Dolphins, which everybody's been clowning, saying the Dolphins have the worst team maybe of all time in their franchise history.
Chargers haven't covered a game yet this year.
No, they haven't.
However, tell them, Steve, what do they do on the road?
Well, Chargers 11-3-2 against the spread on the road since leaving San Diego. They beat the fuck out of people on the road.
Yeah.
It's actually where they perform their best. But
I know last year they were phenomenal on the road.
Correct.
Going back to last season, the last 16 times since the Chargers left San Diego and moved to L.A.
13-3-2. 11-3-2.
11-3-2 against the spread when leaving L.A. on the road since they've left San Diego.
That's high 70%.
Dolphins haven't covered a game.
0-6 since last year, dude, against the spread.
Wow, they might not cover a fucking game all year.
Why would you?
They're horrible.
They're trying to be like the Raiders and get some draft picks.
So you got a team like the L.A. Chargers that's just phenomenal.
And pound people on the road.
Just phenomenal against the spread on the road.
And they're on the road, by the way.
Against a team that's fucking horrendous, hasn't covered a game in their last 6 games.
Correct.
Also, there's a trend on San Diego to the under. 10 out of their last 15 games. Not San Diego, L.A. I just can't get San Diego.
I know, I can't either. They know what we're doing.
Listen,
L.A. 10-5 to the under, like he said, which is a 66% trend.
That's unbelievable.
That's winning twice what you lose. In a sports bettor's perspective, that's all you're fucking looking for.
10 out of the last 15 L.A. Charger games have been unders.
However, Dolphins can easily fuck your world up because they're that fucking terrible.
Oh.
It's a team that'll put you in the poorhouse.
They might give up 50.
Correct. So, and they could easily give up 50. So, me and Skip are going to put the Dolphins on our foreclosure list, a team that you don't put on your ticket,
Absolutely.
period.
Absolutely.
Moving on, you got the Vikings. I want to talk about the Chicago Bears bad. So, Vikings 1-4 against the spread. In their last 5 games, road games to be exact. So 1-4 against the spread on the road. Well, guess what? They're on the road. 2-5 against the spread as underdogs, which they're underdogs. Zimmer 15-6-1 to the under in the last 21 games. Listen to me, 15-6 to the under in that push. A lot of people got the under as a win or the push. So really 16. In 6, that's a tremendous trend. You might want to be looking at that under more than anything.
Well, not only that, the Bears are 9-1 to the under their last 10 games. So speaking of a trend when it comes to a total, Coach Zimmer, 15-6-1 to the under last 22 games, and the Bears, 90% unders their last 10 games. Wow.
Guys, listen, the Bears, in my opinion, got the #1 fucking defense in NFL, dude. How the Raiders ever let that motherfucker go, I have no fucking idea. One of the most one-man factors I've seen on the field in a long fucking time, dude.
Khalil, baby.
Oh, he is a fucking superstar stud. However, the Bears just can't score. Remember, a couple of their scores last week came strictly off defense. They're not an offensive team. However, against the Minnesota Vikings, Bears 9-1 to the under in the last 10 games. Rather than fuck around and bet a spread, just look at that game under.
Huge trend to
Go
the under.
from under her pussy and put 2 fingers in it. Go under, not over.
Wow.
Anyway, just a couple other trends. New England surrendering 5.7 points per game, #1 in the NFL. Buffalo surrendering 15.7 points per game this season, #5. Some more trends. Bills are 5-2 to the under in their last 7 games against the Pats. The under has hit 5 of the Bills' last 6 games overall. Dallas 3-0 at New Orleans, 2-1. Sunday night spread, Dallas 2.5, total 47. Drew Brees is still out. Teddy Bridgewater played fantastic, so I don't know. They might be just as good without him.
Baseball heading into the postseason.
Yes, sir.
It's the last week of the regular season, guys. There's not really a whole lot left. The only thing really that's going on, the American League wild card is down to Oakland, Tampa Bay, and Cleveland.
Tell them.
Oakland's up a half a game on Tampa Bay as we speak. Tampa Bay's up 1.5 on Cleveland for that second spot. So Oakland's pretty much going to make it, it looks like. It comes down to either Tampa Bay or Cleveland, and Tampa Bay, after another win last night, boy, they shut down the Yankees.
They pound the Yanks.
They shut the Yankees down. Shut them out last
That's
night.
crazy, yeah. At this
16 strikeouts, held them to 0 runs. I think that's only happened, last time that happened was like the mid-90s.
But Tampa Bay seems to always be able to beat the Yankees. I don't know if they're going to beat them in a series.
Well, I'll tell you what.
But like I said, they're hot right now. Yankees aren't as hot as they were. But Skip, being the MLB pro, with me, what I want you to tell these guys is they need to be very clear that you can't be betting on teams, for instance, Boston, this team, that team, that have absolutely nothing to gain or nothing to lose.
Well,
so you got to be careful betting baseball right now, don't you?
Yeah, this last weekend of the regular season, I might not.
Well, they don't know unless we tell them.
I might not make a baseball bet all weekend. I'm going to stick to college and pro football this weekend. Hockey right around the corner. Shout out to those Vegas Knights. Got their first loss against Colorado in the preseason so far. But listen, man, feels like I've been here 3 hours, man.
Well, then just sum up baseball right now. Be very careful with what you do.
I just did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plain and fucking simple. We're not fucking with baseball right now. And this is coming from 2 guys that told you in the first 3 weeks of football in college that our big plays was in baseball.
It's college and pro football weekend, period. Give us a call. $55 gets you Friday and Saturday's college and Sunday's NFL for $55. Are you out of your mind? If you don't call right now, take advantage of this weekend. Kick your bookie's fucking ass. Let's get some bankroll going. College football will be over before you know it. They only play 14 weeks in the regular season, and we're already in week 5, guys. Come on.
And for you guys in the sales industry that are sitting around the water cooler telling stories, trying to avoid the boss so he doesn't see you on the phone and stuff like that, like the couple guys that are happening through the window right now, let me explain something to you. You're not avoiding the boss. You're avoiding yourself. And a guy like yourself will never be a motherfucking master closer because you got to want it for yourself. You got to do whatever it takes to get on the phone and get the fucking job done. You ain't got time to sit at the water cooler and tell stories. Once again, you're not running and hiding from your boss. You're ducking yourself.
Correct.
Boss the fuck up. Be a man. Be all you can be. When you come to work, leave your problems at the door and come in and transform yourself into a motherfucking beast because after all, you deserve it. Your family deserves it. And you deserve to reap the benefits of your hard labor.
Amen.
We love you. Behalf of VIP Sports, myself, the Big Skipper, see you, wouldn't want to be you. And remember, hurry the fuck up and call for that $55 promotion so we can go give you the weekend of a lifetime. Peace. We love you.
It's Steve Stevens, I bust your bookie head open. Split it to the white meat, I ain't joking. Me and Dirt Bomb in the Ghost Float. Straight OG like that kush I be smoking. It's way too potent for rookies to come hit it. A little white girl around, I might sniff it. Popping bub in the club, so twisted. My pops keeps telling me to go get it. So I'm at the sports book, betting big on the Clippers. I'm talking about 5 figures, I need a few shots of liquor. Might need another zipper if the bomb play me. Fuck around and put $500,000 on Tom Brady. When it comes to betting sports, Steve Stevens a beast. Need a certified winner called VIP Sports. Got too many felonies to ride around with my Glock, so sure to keep it since I got shot in Vegas like Byron.